Back on the Ultimate Seattle Sports Show, the Seahawks veterans report to training camp a week from today. One of the all-time great vets is checking in with us right now. Great to have Cliff Avril on the show. And Cliff, first of all, thanks for making time for us today.
Of course. Anytime to talk ball, talk shop with you guys. Thank you guys for having me.
All right, Cliff, listen, before we get going here, you have some NFL records still that they're still standing. Number one, you were the fastest player to score points in a Super Bowl. Just 12 seconds into Super Bowl 48, you tackled the Broncos' No-Shot Marino in the end zone for a safety. 2-0 Seahawks on the way to a 43-8 rout and their first Super Bowl championship in team history. Are you aware that you still own that record?
Yes, and I kid you not, every Super Bowl I go out and I hope that record stands still. I'll always send a tweet or something, but yeah, that's one of my biggest record, I guess, or claim to fame, I guess, in a sense, because it still stands, 12, 13 years later.
You're like the Dolphins. You're keeping like a bottle of champagne on ice and just like waiting for the first score of the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
You're also the only player to win a Super Bowl after playing on a winless team. You were a rookie on the Lions in 2008 when they finished the season 0-16. What was that experience like for you, that turnaround?
Oh, man, it's kind of how I live life in a sense of meaning, as a rookie going 0-16, but finding a way to, going through 2 coaching changes, going through 3 different D-line coaches, but finding a way to continue to find a way to just keep getting better, right? And then understanding that if you put the work in, understanding that if you're putting your best foot forward every single day, some years later, you might be able to win a championship, right? So going from 0-16 to winning the Super Bowl was really a testament of just hard work, grinding it out, not allowing the circumstances that I'm in the moment to dictate what my future looks like. And that's kind of how I live my life now.
Cliff, I know you spend a lot of time around the organization. I know you talk to and see some of the current players on the team. So I know you've seen the newest Super Bowl ring. Now, if you hold it up to yours, you hold that one up to yours. First of all, I know you like yours better because it's yours, but how does that one compare to the one that you have?
Come on, man. It's night and day. It is night and day, man. It's probably 2.5 times bigger than the one we had. It's so gaudy. It's beautiful, though. It's beautiful. I mean, the rings just over time have, just gone crazy. Mine I can actually wear maybe from time to time. That ring, though, those guys can't wear that. That's just a big piece of jewelry that you just got to keep on a mantle somewhere. But it's definitely night and day. It's beautiful. It's awesome. The guys deserve it. And that's the era we're in right now. You know what I mean? These rings just continue to keep getting bigger and bigger. I want to say they said it's the biggest Super Bowl ring ever. So I can only imagine what next year's Super Bowl ring is.
Exactly.
I can't imagine one ever being bigger. It'd be like a whole dinner plate.
You have to move in. Like you put couches and stuff inside it and live inside that thing.
Man, it's nuts. It's nuts. I mean, they got all kinds of little trickery that goes on with it. It's nuts.
That is funny. It's like a transformer. All right, Cliff, let's talk about the current Seahawks. We'll start with the defense. A lot of people like to make comparisons with the LOB defense. You played on with a lot of household names on that unit. What did you see in this defense last season that impressed you the most?
Oh, man, one, the comparison I think is unfair, and we can get to that here in a second, but I love everything about their defense. I love what they got going on. I think the biggest thing that just pops out to me is how they're all playing for one another. They're selfless. They're out there having a good time. They're playing for each other. They're hyping each other up. And it all starts with the guys up front. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm biased, but I really do see that for this team. Whether you talk about Jaron Reed, you talk about Lawrence, you talk about Big Dog, Big Cat. You know what I mean? Like these guys are the oldest on the team, so they're leading the way. You know what I mean? They're showing what it looks like. And then you got big Brian Murphy in the middle, young player that's just wrecking things up, right? So just collectively, I love how those guys are playing for one another. It starts with the leadership. It starts with the system and the scheme that Coach McDonald is implementing with his playmakers. And they're playing reckless. They're playing relentless. They're getting turnovers. They're doing everything a great defense is supposed to do to give their offense, the best chance to keep getting the ball back and scoring. I mean, they got playmakers on offense too, right? So if you can keep giving those guys the ball back as many times as possible without giving up scores, I mean, nothing but great things are going to happen.
All right, Cliff, let's set the record straight. You just teed us up. You said that the comparison is not fair, so let's hear it.
Well, I think the comparison is not fair. One, of course, the guys won the Super Bowl, so that's great, and that's an awesome comparison. But I think it's extremely important for people to realize that these guys are writing their own story, right? I think what we were able to do was special, was great. Being able to be the #1 defense for 2, 3, 4 years is hard to do. And I think the consistency piece of it is what I mean by it's unfair. We were able to do it for a long period of time. Now it's their turn to go show that they can do it for a long period of time too, and which I think they're very capable of doing. I think they're if there's going to be a team or defense that can do it, it is this defense. But it's all about going out there and making it happen. So that's where I say the comparison is unfair, is the fact that we were able to do it for a longer period of time and they haven't had that chance to do it yet.
All right, Cliff. Now let's switch to the other side of the ball. We know you know defense, but let's talk about offense right now. Quarterback Sam Darnold is ranked the 11th best quarterback in the NFL today by some of the NFL executives. Now, he's always quick to defer credit to his teammates for success that they had last season, and it seemed like people love to doubt Sam. But he led the team to Super Bowl. What does that say about his mental approach to the game? And more importantly, just how do you feel about Sam Darnold, what he's been able to do here?
Man, Sam represents what most of us go through, in a sense of he's gone through adversity. He's had coaches that disliked him. He's went from first round to moving around the league and having to sit down for a year or two, and then 4, 5, 6 years later, this man is on top of the world. He's leading his team to Super Bowls. He's the most winningest quarterback over the last couple of years. Like, adversity creates and builds character, and this man has been through it. So for him to give all the love to his teammates is because he understands what that looks like. He understands being on the other side where his teammates didn't necessarily might not even believe in him, right? And he's been able to battle through all of that to get to the point where he's the best quarterback in the league that year because he won the Super Bowl, right? So execs and people not giving him the love he gets is based on all the past experiences that they've had with him. But again, to win the Super Bowl is not easy. So for him to lead a team to get into the Super Bowl, I don't know how he's the 11th best quarterback when he was the only quarterback that held up a trophy last year. So it is what it is, and I think it's fuel for him. He's been doubted numerous times throughout his career, and it just puts a battery in his back to continue to keep going out there and balling out and making the rest of his team better.
Hey, Cliff, let's talk a little about you personally and the things you've got going on. You've always been great about giving back to the community over the years, and you've done tremendous work in Haiti building houses. How rewarding has that kind of work been for you?
It's very rewarding in the sense of I've been fortunate enough to play a game for a living that gave me a platform to be able to serve people. You know what I mean? And that's what I think that's what life is about in general, right? Is being able to support and serve different individuals, the communities that you live in. I'm not from Seattle, but I mean, Seattle has become home, and I'm supporting Seattle to the fullest. Seattle's given me so much. I joke around all the time and say those third downs where they're going crazy and the offense can't change their snap count, that gave me an edge. That really did give me an edge. So that gave me a lot, and that changed my life. So being able to give back in a way and pour back into the community that gave me so much, it only makes sense. And again, being both my parents are Haitian immigrants. Grew up in Jacksonville, Florida. My experiences in life, I've seen so much, and one thing that has been consistent through that process is no matter what our circumstances are, no matter what we got going on here in this country, there's always an opportunity to give back. I see my mom do it. I see my dad do it. They'd be late on rent and whatnot to send money back to Haiti. We complain about certain things, but we got to also realize how fortunate we are. So for me, it's all about giving back, supporting, and also having the perspective and understanding of how blessed we are collectively, but we also have to, reach back and give back to those that are coming behind us.
Outside of your charity and your endeavors that you do in Haiti, I know one of your other big passions is family, and you're a huge family guy. You have a couple of sons that are playing basketball right now, and a lot of people don't know that you're a basketball guy. You were originally a basketball player. Talk to us real quick about the basketball that you're involved in with your sons and also the charity event that you've been doing over the last few years.
Yes, I'm a big basketball guy. Like you said, I was a hooper basically my entire life. I only started playing football because all my guys that I hung out with were playing football, and I had nobody to hang out with. So I'm like, yo, to stay out of trouble and whatever else, I need to just go try this football thing out. And as most people know, football players, when a couple practices in, it turns guys back into basketball players real quick. You know what I mean? But just falling in love with the game, loving to compete. That's why I went the football route, and I also stopped growing. But I got two boys. Both of them are big basketball guys. They play for Seattle Rotary, which is one of the top tier AAU programs here in the city for a long time. A lot of guys have come through that program, and I love the family-oriented piece of that. But then also, my son is actually going into his freshman year at Bellevue, and he's going to play football. He's going to try football out, and for me, football is not just about the mental toughness that goes into football, but I think football is one of the ultimate team sports. No matter how good you are, if you don't have other good players around you to make your job a little bit easier, it's very difficult to happen. So I like the mental toughness. I love the teamwork aspect of it. So he's going to start this year. So we'll see how it goes, and hopefully he gets the football bug and continues to keep playing. And also, it's going to make him a better basketball player too.
All right, man. Well, best of luck to the kids there, Cliff, and best of luck to you. We appreciate you coming on today. I know you're a busy man with the real estate investment business you got going on, and
thank you.
Yeah, this has been fun, and hopefully we can do it again soon.
Of course. I appreciate you guys. But I do have one more thing. So talking about the charity stuff, I have Champions of Change, which is Doug Baldwin, Michael Bennett, and myself. We came together and we created a foundation, and it's all about supporting grassroots organizations here in the city of Seattle. We understand that coming together as a team, we're able to shed light on all these grassroots organizations. And we're actually having our charity event on July 31st. We're having our gala, and then we're also having a big pickleball. We transitioned from basketball to pickleball, one, to give Doug Baldwin a chance to win, but then two, we're also getting a little older. But we're also transitioned to pickleball. I'm a big fan of the sport, and it's all, again, about bringing community together, raising money for the community, and continue to grow. So you can get all that information at championsofchangefoundation.org. Again, it's a big weekend. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be a good time.
Okay, July 31st.
July 31st is the gala. The 1st is the pickleball tournament.
Awesome. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun, too. I'm glad you were able to squeeze that in there, Cliff. Thanks a lot, man, and have fun at that event, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.